Hey folks, Anastasia with Measure Square here for Module 2, Session 2, continuing on drawing fundamentals. We will start by drawing the right-hand side of this floor plan. I would like to employ the Draw Rectangle tool. That is the easiest tool for me to get from point A to point B to complete this floor plan. So again, starting in the upper left-hand corner, I'm going to find the adjacent room and using my crosshairs, find the alignment along that back wall, click and hold, start dragging, using my middle finger to zoom out ever so slightly, and then my middle finger to press down to pan so I can get this entire bank of rooms along this back wall. Once I find the proper alignment on the bottom right, I'm going to release. And now I have one big room for all of these rooms along the back. I'm going to employ the same methodology to grab this middle row, these two rooms, and these rooms. Then I will use that same methodology to grab this one room as, these three rooms as one room so we can move forward. Now notice with this side of the building, most of my wall sections are the correct thickness. This is due to my system settings under the Takeoff tab. My wall thickness is set at 5 inches. So that means that all of these walls are 5 inches thick. So the way I want you to think about that is the framework, which is typically 4 inches thick, plus 2 pieces of drywall on either side, equates typically to a 5-inch wall. Now, the only exception is going to be these mechanical rooms here. Notice we have an electrical room and a mechanical / fire sprinkler room. These walls are slightly thicker. So my thought process is probably these rooms are 6 inches to account for the additional fireproofing. Now, for this space, this X'd out area, this denotes a chase space. A chase space is intended to house plumbing, sometimes electrical, sometimes data, just depends on the usage of the chase. It is a negative space, meaning we do not want to quantify this for product on the floor. So how am I going to get rid of it? Well, my favorite tool to use is called Insert Hole. So I will right click within the room, find Room Edit, and use Insert Hole. Notice it's going to give me crosshairs. I'm going to find the innermost point of the corner, click and hold, zoom out ever so slightly, drag away. Now, when employing this methodology, it is fine to drag outside of the room. The system completely understands. I'm going to do the same thing for this corner here. Click and hold, drag away. Ta-da! Now, employing the same methodology of draw wall that we employed over in our kennel space, we are going to right click, room edit, draw wall, and I am going to just draw these walls that cut off my storage space from the rest of my multi-purpose room. Now I need a middle wall as well. I'm going to use the same methodology. Fantastic. Now, since we are in a draw wall function, I like to work methodically, meaning I get into a tool, I do all of the things that I can do with that tool before moving on. Now you will notice for all of my single walls, I like to draw from bottom to the top, but I have several here, so I'm going to alternate. I'm going to draw bottom to the top, then top to bottom. The reason for this is because of the alignment of my wall in current state. So if I start in the center of the wall here and I start drawing, notice the shadow of my wall is that black outline. My drawing line is the red line attached to my crosshairs. Now, wouldn't it be great if you could move that wall according to what makes sense for you? Well, you can. Notice here along the bottom of my screen, it is giving me additional tools for this exact tool. So notice it says press S to switch. So if I press S on my keyboard, single press, don't hold, it will shift that wall. So that way the middle of that wall is my red drawing line. But Anastasia, I'm a lefty. It makes sense for me to have the wall on the right side. You can do that too. Single press S again, and notice the wall is now towards the right-hand side of my red line. But I liked it the way you had it. Great. Press S again, and it will cycle back to its original position. So since I am centered on this wall, and I have already clicked to start drawing, I'm going to leave my wall centered on that drawing line. But I typically like to draw using the thick black lines. That helps me to stay aligned. So I'm going to, again, shift my wall into the perfect alignment and then reconnect. So we now have drawn all of these rooms in just a matter of minutes. So What do I do about all this interior space? That is a really good question. Now, wouldn't it be great if the system just kind of knew what we were going for and would allow us to just draw all of that middle interior space? It would, but we have to give it some parameters. So I'm going to employ one methodology to show you how you can quickly capture a space like this corridor that has multiple like jut outs. And then I'm going to use another employment to show you how to draw all of this waiting and corridor space. Sound good? All right. So again, I like to employ draw rectangle. I feel it is the most effective drawing method because I know I am getting a straight line from corner to corner, no matter where I start and stop. We like this, so we have one wall from corner to corner, similarly to how the construction will actually go when it is built. So I have overdrawn this, and that is perfectly okay. I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 rooms to encompass this entire corridor. So we need all of these to be one space, correct? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold control and I'm going to batch select. So click, click, and click. Once I get all of those selected, I can release control. And then I'm going to use this tool here called merge. To find that, we can right click, room edit. All the way at the bottom is merge rooms. Once I click, ta-da, I have one continuous room. Now, one thing I want you to notate is I drew this space of the corridor and then this space of the corridor. As a result, I have 2 wall sections along this wall. I need to clean that up. The reason why I need to clean that up is because this wall will not be built in 2 segments in real world. So we do not want the system to think that this dot here is going to be a cut for any of our linear products, meaning our wall base. So to clean this up, I'm going to use this tool here. It's called Delete Wall Segment. Now this tool has a little bit of nuance to it. And so I'm going to right click, room edit, delete wall segment. And then I'm going to click the lower section, not the upper section that I want to get rid of, because the system thinks clockwise. So when you are working clockwise, you need to click the line segment that comes prior to the one you are trying to get rid of. So because I want to get rid of this line segment, I'm going to click here. Now that I have done that, notice when I re-highlight that wall, it is one wall from corner to corner. If that's all we need to do, simply right click to end the tool. Now we have one completely drawn corridor space. Now we have all of this waiting corridor space left to draw. And we've pretty well covered it, right? We have all of these perimeter rooms that are already drawn. We have a couple of center rooms here, but pretty much the entire perimeter is covered except for this gap from this corner to this corner. So why don't I draw all of this reception, corridor, and waiting room space by using one line? So to do this, I'm going to grab free draw. I'm going to find the corner of my exit vestibule. Notice I am highlighting both the horizontal and vertical in green, letting me know I am perfectly attached to that corner. I'm going to click. I'm going to draw one wall all the way down to here. Notice I am attaching it by getting that blue line that says I'm closing a shape. It's also giving me that green alignment along the bottom of that chair storage room. Once I get there, I can simply left click. Now I have this wonderful pink line. That pink line is the system telling you, hey, I think this is the direction you want me to take. If that is correct, all you need to do is right click. If I exit out of the tool and left click to select, you can see it drew all of that interior space by me only needing to draw one line. Pretty cool, right? But we don't need this mopseek, and we definitely don't need this chase space. So what do I do? Do I need to drag this up and over? You could do it that way. That is a very effective way to get through this. Or you can use my favorite methodology, which is to slide this guy back until it touches the adjacent wall, and then right click, room edit, insert hole, find the innermost corner, click and hold, and drag until you find the perfect alignment with that vertical. Now I'm going to release. Ta-da! Great. But I still have 2 rooms that are underneath. So I'm going to right click down here at the bottom. I have this option that says send to back. That means all of these rooms are drawn in layers. So I want to send the current or selected layer to the back, therefore pushing it underneath these 2 rooms. Once I do so, I can now select these two rooms. Again, I'm going to hold control. I'm going to select both rooms. And now I'm going to use a new tool called Punch Out. I'm going to right click, room edit, and choose Punch Out. Fantastic. So now I have my corridor space, my public restroom, and my two offices over here. So now all of my rooms that need to be quantified for a finish have successfully been drawn. So now what? Doors. Remember when we drew the kennel space, we drew all of our walls first, and then we moved on to our doors. Same thing with the right-hand side. So now that we have all of our walls drawn, we will start placing our doors. And as we get to them, we will fix the wall thicknesses for the walls that make sense to fix. So starting on the upper left, and I'm going to work my way around this floor plan to get to the point where we have addressed all of the possible doors. Now, this room and this room are actually part of the same room. So then what do we do? How do we fix this? If I place a door in this space, so I'm going to use my Takeoff door. Remember, we use this with the kennel doors. This allows us to draw a door to any size we need. I'm going to click and drag it all the way across. Make sure you are drawing real sized doors, please. There is no 5'1" door. There is no 2'11" door. Make sure these doors are real. So notice I'm getting to 5 foot. Once I get there, I'm going to single left click, right click to end the tool. Now, if I do that same function, hold control, grab both rooms, right click, room edit, merge rooms. Watch what happens when I am merging rooms where there is a door. Ta-da! Our wing walls are preserved. This is the perfect methodology for any space where you have a semi-enclosed room that is attached to a larger room. Now, what I like to do, this is just simply a double check for myself. I like to pretend that I'm going to tour this building. So I'm going to start at the opening. I'm going to work my way in. I'm going to make sure I can access all of these rooms. I'm going to use my mouse to pretend I am physically walking into all of these rooms, just to make sure I have properly placed all of the doors that are going to exist within a space. So that way I can double check myself and make sure that I have not accidentally forgotten any doors. And lastly, and then we can go ahead and out the vestibule. Fantastic. So it looks like we have it pretty well covered. In our next video, we will talk about applying products and how to enter in our products into our project items list. Thank you so much for your time and effort today. I hope the rest of your day goes fantastic.